Without expressing sympathy, this conversation is incomplete. You should be in a position to develop the conversation, continue the conversation. Maybe 3 to 4 conversations will not be sufficient at times. Keep this in mind. Make sure you have to use the dialogue's continuity and it should make sense when you read it. Hello, hi, namaste and welcome to Vidhyaashram, the Temple of Excellence. I am Nandakishore, Faculty of English in Vidhyaashram, Mysuru. In my previous session, I had spoken about apologizing and how to respond to an apology. In today's session, I'm going to talk about expressing sympathy. Let's start with today's session. When do we express sympathy? Expressing sympathy is to understand and care about someone's problems and to show that we care for them. ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾವು ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಕಷ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಥವಾ ಏನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅವಾಗ ನಾವು ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಪಾಪ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಶೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಸಿಂಪತಿ. ಪಾಪ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. Now here is a conversation. Tanvi, you know Spurti, our classmate Pawan has been hospitalized. He met with an accident this morning while coming to college. Oh God, how sad. Now, Spurti is responding, my God, really? It's really so sad. My God, how is he now? Is he fine? ಹೇಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅವನು? According to this conversation, Tanvi is telling, Spurti ನಿಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ನನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡು ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಯಿತು ಇವತ್ತು. So, Spurti is responding, really? My God, it is so sad. ಹೇಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಈಗ ಅವನು? See, observe the language function here. ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ಬಂದು ನನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡಿಗೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ it is not that, oh, ನಿಜ ಸತ್ನಾ ಬದುಕಿದಾನಾ? Right? No, the wrong way. The right way is, how is he? Is he doing fine? Is he fine? ಕೆಲವರೆಲ್ಲ ಸತ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ, ಓ ಸತ್ತೋದ್ನಾ? ಅಬ್ಬಾ, now he is dead. Wrong usage. Though you don't like the names here, whether you like the names or you don't, there are few students, oh really? Okay. Now, observe the language function. You need to express your sympathy. Oh really is not expressing sympathy. My God, how is he now? It is so sad. That's how you express your sympathy. Next one, Ranjit. May I know why you look so sad, sir? Teacher, I'm really upset. You know, my elder sister passed away. Observe the context. In the previous one, somebody has met with an accident and he has been hospitalized or she has been hospitalized. In this conversation, student and teacher, they are inquiring each other. Now, Ranjit is asking his teacher, may I know why you look so sad, sir? By looking at the face, by looking at the expression, one could easily observe something has gone wrong with that person. So the reason is, you know, my elder sister passed away. It is not a jovial thing to express, oh, nana akka sattodlu. No. It is sad. By looking at this conversation, whether the teacher liked his sister or not, assume or presume that it is the sad moment. So you need to express your sympathy. Ranjit, I sympathize with you, sir. I sympathize with you. I equally feel your pain. Here is the third conversation. Rakesh, why do you look so upset? Naveen, you know, I lost my mobile phone somewhere this morning. Rakesh, how sad. When did you use it last? When somebody comes and tells you, I have lost my cell phone, you can think of various, numerous, funny conversation happening there. Because somebody would come and tell you, I have lost my cell phone. ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಯ್ತು. Because you would sit and you would spend hours together using your cell phone. Now you have learnt a lesson. That is not a way to express your sympathy. Because we're talking about expressing sympathy here. How sad? When did you use it last? Naveen, while I was at the cash counter, I received a call. I was talking on the phone when the cashier gave me the cash. Rakesh, why don't you speak to the cashier? He may have some idea. Naveen, that's a good idea. Now, if you observe these many dialogues here, conversations, it doesn't end there soon. They could have just ended the conversation with 2 or 3 dialogues here, but they have extended. Because you should be in a position to develop the conversation, continue the conversation. Maybe 3 to 4 conversation will not be sufficient at times. Keep this in mind. Now, these are the expressions we usually use. Some of the expressions that can be used to express sympathy. So formally, how do we use formally? I'm very upset to hear that. I sympathize with you. My sympathies are with you. The formal way of expressing sympathy. And informal, how sad. That's a pity. I'm really sorry to hear it. Just because they have given here, that doesn't mean you have to only use either of these two. You can also include various conversations. My deepest sympathies, formal or informal, both are good. And somebody comes and tells you, somebody has passed away in their family. So how do you express your sympathies? You don't have to say, how sad, that's a pity. You can also develop a conversation. You can also bring in a lot of conversations. My deepest condolences. My heartfelt condolences. My heartfelt sympathies. Likewise, you can develop a conversation. Here is an activity. There are 2 activities. I have chosen only one activity. The second activity is for you to solve it by yourself. Your friend had taken the bank officer's examination but has failed in the examination. You inquire why he is sad and express your sympathy. Write a dialogue between you and your friend. So, ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಓದಿದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ and he has not able to get through it. Bank examination ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. So, your duty is to develop a conversation. Dialogue, write a dialogue between you and your friend. Let us say X and Y. Let us not take names anymore. Let us take X. X is you and Y is your friend. X. Now he says, I see you are very upset. Very upset about something. What is bothering you? You are asking him, what is bothering you? And your friend responds, I couldn't crack bank officer's examination. Bank officer's exam is fine. Keep it simple and keep it straight and make it more meaningful. So again, you are expressing your sympathy. That's really sad. That's really sad. But you can, but I hope you can try in your next attempt. These 3 conversations, pretty simple, right? So you can, I couldn't crack, so that's really sad. I'm really sorry. You can also write, I'm really sorry to hear that news. I'm really sorry. I know, I understand your pain. So why you are going to, you have already given an idea. You can just give it a shot in your next attempt. I hope I will get through in my next attempt. It's fine, no issues. Let us not give up. Just because we have failed in one exam, that doesn't mean that is the end of our career. There is always a way, but you need to have a will. So if you have a will, there is a way. Next one, I've already told you, activity 2 is for you. You have to take up that activity and try to develop your own conversation, and make sure, as I told you, make sure you have to use the dialogue's continuity, and it should make sense when you read it. Just put yourself in the place of evaluator and assume that somebody else has written that answer, and you being the evaluator, how many marks would you give for that answer? I repeat, ನೀವು ಬರೀ ಒಂದು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿಯನ್ನ ನೀವೇ ತಗೊಂಡು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಆನ್ಸರ್ನ ನೀವು ಬರ್ದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವೇ ಅದನ್ನ ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಟೆಡ್. ನೀವು ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಟೆಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ 4 marks, ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ವುಡ್ ಯು ಗಿವ್? ಆ 4 marks ಅಲ್ಲಿ 4 marks ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ? ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು. ಥಿಂಕ್ somebody else, ಯಾರೋ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಹೌ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ your skill of self-assessment. Now here is an activity, the last activity. This is a short language function. What expressions do you use to express sympathy in the following situations? ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ನ ಬಳಸ್ತೀರಾ? One of your friends has lost his grandfather. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ನ ತಾತ ತೀರೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. He is no more, he is dead. ಸೊ ಯಾವ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್, ಹೌ ಡು ಯು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸಿಂಪತಿ? ಹೇಗೆ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಿಂಪತಿಯನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಹಾರ್ಟ್ಫೆಲ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ ಡೀಪೆಸ್ಟ್ condolences, deepest condolences, RIP. We usually write this abbreviation, RIP, rest in peace. Or you can also improvise this dialogue. How? Hege, my deepest condolences to your family, to you and your family. I pray to God to give all the strength to you and your family members to bear the pain. ಹಾಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಬರಿಬೋದು. You can write a line. It is not a wrong thing, but remember, you are expressing your sympathy here. ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಪದವನ್ನ ಬರೆದು ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಿಂಪತಿಯನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, that is very important. I am sorry will not suffice anything. If for this situation, look at it, somebody has passed away and there is one wrong usage in English, expire. This is a wrong usage. We don't use this term, he expired, because we are not born with expiry date. He expired. Now, it is he passed away. Remember that? Passed away. Never use expire. ನಾನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಸತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಥವಾ ತೀರೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, he is dead ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೈರಿ ಅನ್ನುವ ವರ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬಳಸಬೇಡಿ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೈರಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹುಟ್ಟಿರೋದಲ್ಲ. ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೈರಿ ಡೇಟ್. We don't know when we are going to die. So expired is a wrong usage. It is passed away. As I told you, oh, I'm sorry will not suffice. You have to use a vocabulary and make use of correct expression of sympathy. You hear from your principal that one of your lecturers has met with an accident and is hospitalized. I know when I read this, few might think, yes, he should meet with an accident. Now, how well do you express your sympathy? Will you feel happy or will you feel sad and express your sympathy? So the situation is here, nimma obru lecturer, one of the lecturers, obru lecturer accident agide, accident agi hospitalize agidare, hospital ge admit agidare. How do you respond? But before you respond, you should be able to understand whether it is formal or informal. You can use formal, you can use informal as well. It is quite shocking to hear it. It's a shocking news. I'm really sorry to hear the news. I'm really in shock to hear the news. You can't write it. You're expressing it. Okay, that's really sad. Really sad. Really sad or shocking to hear the news. It's really sad to hear the news. Right? Oh my God. Is it true? You can use. Oh my God. I'm really in shock because there are a lot of people who like teachers. They will have favorite teachers. And once they get to know the teacher is no more, something bad has happened to the teacher. I know I have seen such students. They express, they literally cry. They come, they cry, they help, they go to any extent to take the stance towards their teachers. I have seen a lot of students like them. So the third one, on your way home, an elderly lady tells you that a man in a red shirt has snatched away her chain. Chain snatching. And when you are on your way back home, an elderly woman comes and tells you somebody has taken away, snatched my chain. How do you respond to it? You cannot say, oh really, you lost it. That is the reason we tell you don't wear gold chain. You cannot write that way. You need to express your sympathy. You need to be sorry there. It's quite shocking, right? Because try to observe 3 different situations and 3 different answers should be written for all the situation. In different situation, you cannot write all the same answer. Oh, I am really in shock. Oh, really sad. I am upset. I'm really sorry. Deepest condolences. Now, you need to know when to use it. You cannot use this deepest condolences here because we are not talking about, we are not expressing our sympathy for the dead person in this situation. But here, we are expressing our sympathy to the dead. I am sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry to hear that. Let me just help you out in some way. I'm really sorry to hear that. So you are going to tell that lady, you're going to give some comfort to the lady, right? Or maybe you can just give her your cell phone, or maybe just, let me just straight away call up police station. Let us take help from the police. You can write it, no issues. I'm sorry to hear that. Let me just call up the police. You can buzz the police station. Or you can also develop in different angle. No issues. But remember one thing, whenever you write these words, it should express sympathy. Remember that without expressing sympathy, this conversation is incomplete. You cannot write, you cannot just leave this line and tell, okay, you lost it, let me just call up police. Then you're not expressing your sympathy. It doesn't look like that. Because evaluator will not be able to see your expressions here. I hope you are getting it. Whatever expressions you show on your face should be written here in the form of words in your examination or when the questions are asked. So that's it for today's session. I'm going to meet you in my next session. Until then, keep practicing. Have a good day.